Hey everybody, I just wanted to create a video about acceptance, surrender, denying reality, shoulds, shouldn'ts, and everything else, okay? Basically, it's about denying reality and the suffering it causes when we do that. You know, I get mails from people saying that this I'm suffering at the moment, and I'm just wondering what's your advice, or what do you think I could do to help myself? And really, I know like crazy things happen in life, and people do things to us, and so much of our suffering is simply caused by our own judgments about them and the fact that we're denying reality. And this is what the work of Byron Katie is all about. It's getting in touch with reality instead of fighting against reality. Like if someone is, let's say someone like is really inconsiderate or mean towards us, what will happen is we'll probably stew and start thinking of this repetitively in loops over and 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 over again and again and again and again. And we're going to just cause ourselves a whole lot of stress and suffering and fear and anxiety and worry, resentment and everything else, all of these like uncomfortable emotions. Someone today said that their partner left them a few weeks previously, and they only sent one email uh, to the person, and they didn't ring or talk to them or tell them what's going on in their life or what they want from them or what they want in the relationship. And I know this person's feeling very down, obviously, typically, and suffering, like sad, depressed. See, what will happen is the mind that's not observed, that's going on in our head, happening to us, it's going to be making a whole lot of assertions and judgments and resistance. It'll be saying typically, that person should have rang me, they should have talked to me, they're my partner, they should have done this, they should have done that. But reality states and has shown already, it's finished, that they didn't do this, that they weren't considerate, they weren't thoughtful, they weren't all caring and loving and idealistic the way we want them to be. But it doesn't matter how much we are idealistic, or even if we think it's like fair or ordinary to do these things, it doesn't matter what we say about the past, if or now. That's against the way things are. Like whatever happened happened, and as long as we don't accept that that's what happened and start projecting and saying this should have happened, life should have been like this, they should have talked to me like this, they should have done this. The more we say all of these shoulds and shouldn'ts, the more we're denying reality as it has already taken place. And the more and the deeper we do this, the greater the inner resistance, the greater the suffering and horrible, terrible feelings we have inside of us. Well, I won't even call them horrible or terrible, I'll just say the more uncomfortable, negative feelings and emotions we have. So really, the person should have been inconsiderate because of all of their experiences and because of the way they were. It made sense. This is the way life had bubbled throughout the centuries, and their upbringing and their emotions and thoughts and experiences, everything that they were going through, all of their life has led up to this moment, and everything that they were going through in the last weeks, months, previously, days, has led them to be what we will call inconsiderate or thoughtless or mean. And we'll put a real negative slant on this and judge them and say that even though all of these reasons are there why life should be like this and why it makes sense, we in our limited perspective and our conditioned mind will say that they should have been different, and all of life should have been different just because I say so. Even though it wasn't, I'm saying this should have been, and they should have been, and even though they weren't. And all of this is completely futile and just causes tremendous stress and upset in us. Shoulds and shouldn'ts don't exist. What exists is reality as it already exists. Things are the way they are. Things were the way they were. And as much as we try and force our own mind and judgments on top of what existed or what exists, it doesn't change what existed or what exists. all it does is create tremendous inner pain. So my suggestion to this lady, who I have a lot of compassion for and love for, because I've suffered so much in the past myself. But the thing is, I know pretty much the reason for suffering now. It's the mind. It's resistance to what was and to what is. It's a fight against the reality of what was and what is. A crazy sort of insane sort of fight. Along with our judgments and criticisms and condemnations, our blamings, complaining, negative thinking. So judgment and resistance, okay, this is what the cause of suffering. And another one is attachment. And that's when we're sort of addicted to things and we need something for our emotional dependency. You could use the word emotional dependency for attachment. So unless we get this, or unless they do this, or unless this doesn't happen, I'm going to feel bad. I won't feel good, happy or fulfilled. So I need this for me to feel okay on the inside. So it's like a dependency, a drug, an addictiveness. We're afraid of not getting our fix, so it causes stress. There's a big urge to get our fix. If we think we're not going to get our fix, we'll get stressed and worried and nervous and tense and upset. And when we do get our fix, we are happy for a while. We feel kind of good-ish. But that's short, that'll fade away, and soon we'll be wanting our fix again. And if we feel that our fix, what we're addicted to and attached to in life, is going to go away, then we're going to get worried, and we will try and manipulate, if it's a person, to try and make them stay and not to go away. We'll want to enslave them in our grips, so because we needed them. They're not free. We're going to manipulate them emotionally blackmail them, be it obviously or subtly. Try and control them, threaten them, manipulate, control. Maybe there's no threatening, maybe it's just a very subtle sort of less obvious thing. So this is not love, unconditional love at all. What people usually call love is just addiction and control and manipulation and needing and craving. So just be aware of your own cravings and attachments, your own judgments and your own resistance. I really recommend probably any of Byron Katie's stuff regarding resistance to reality, denying reality, what I was talking about just a few minutes ago. And I also highly recommend Eckhart Tolle's books, which covers mostly judgment. It covers the mind, our false sense of who we think we are, and the way the mind is always pretty much controlling our life, the unobserved mind, and how it causes so much pain and unnecessary suffering and problems and trouble in our life. Eckhart talks about getting back to the present moment, and it's very helpful. He's been my biggest teacher, even though I've looked at millions of other spiritual books and authors. Eckhart, they aren't his teachings, but he presents teachings from such a wide range of just tremendously powerful, old and new, timeless teachings. It's pretty cold here, so sun has gone in. So yep. So anyway, I wish everyone the best who's suffering, but the cause of suffering is not what's happening on the outside. It's what you're not aware of and haven't dealt with on the inside. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Don't view it as a problem, view it as an opportunity. One of the first steps I'd take immediately, and you can do this anywhere, is make it a daily and ongoing continuous practice throughout the day a harmonious practice of just shifting your attention to your mind and what's going on in your mind, what thoughts are going through your head, and what images and movies from the past, and also images and movies and thoughts about the future. Anytime you have an uncomfortable or discomfort feeling on the inside, this is like a wake-up call and a lovely opportunity to allow you to start now looking at your thoughts and what you've been imagining or visualizing in your head in the previous few seconds or minutes or moments. So use every bad feeling, so-called bad feeling, uncomfortable feeling, as an opportunity and a wake-up call. View them as a good thing and get happy and excited about them. Look forward to your next uncomfortable feelings. Don't start trying to run away from and deny the uncomfortable feelings or judging them. They're there for a good reason, and that's now to help you to know yourself more and to become aware more. This is an awareness practice. So just like you are not what you're looking at, you are that which is aware that you're looking at something. So too are you not your mind, your thoughts. You can be that which is aware and looking at your thoughts. And you can be that. The emotions are here. And you can be that awareness looking at your emotions. So make it a habit to continuously, this is what I've done, which totally shifted and changed my life. Look at your thoughts and your emotions. And just become aware of all the repetitive, looping, useless thoughts and images that are going on in your head over and over again, and see what purpose they're serving you, except for probably just making you feel awful. There's a whole lot of other things we can do too when we're feeling really down or depressed, and I recommend not. I should probably make another video on that actually, yeah, I think. But this is the video now about denying reality. What is, and it should be like this. And when we say it shouldn't be like this, it causes suffering. What was, it happened, and that's the way it truly, really existed and happened. And as much as we say it shouldn't have happened or they shouldn't have done that, then we're causing ourselves suffering. It's not what they did, it's what we're saying in our head, how we're perceiving the event. But we can still take action, of course. We can still reach out to somebody, send them an email, ring them up, or send them a letter, or try and contact them in any way we can. And we can try and undo any miscommunication or any confusion or not knowing things. We can try and ask them questions and talk to them. And if you can do this by allowing and accepting them to be the way they are, instead of trying to force them into the way they're not, or the way they haven't been, we can do all of this stress-free and in harmony, or as much as possible. The more we accept and don't judge, and the more we are aware of our own thoughts and feelings. So my greatest teaching is awareness, and that's to become aware of your own thoughts and emotions and feelings, and to know what's going on inside of you. Basically, that's what awareness is. Anthony de Mello says happiness comes from contact with reality, not the way you're saying and forcing and saying things should or shouldn't be, because that isn't what is. That's not the way reality is. That's the way you want reality to be, but it's not. Happiness comes from contact with reality instead of illusion of our own thoughts and judgments and our labels and our concepts. And Adi Ashanti says happiness doesn't come from getting what you want, it comes from not wanting. And when he says that, he's talking about attachment. He means not being attached to your wants, i.e. not craving. Happiness doesn't come from getting what you want, it comes from not craving, not needing something for your emotional dependent well-being. So that's it, folks. Finally, Eckhart Tolle says the three modalities of enlightened living are non-attachment, non-judgment, and non-resistance. And the more I grow myself, and the more I grow deeper and deeper into these three things, and see my own resistance or judgment or attachment, the more and more happiness and harmony and peace, ease and joy I have in life, the more free I am, the more unconditioned I am, the more creative I am, the more by far and away, the more happier I am. I'm not dependent on anything for my own well-being. Not emotionally, maybe practically, might need food, but not emotionally. Well, that's that. folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you liked it, and please share the video on Facebook to share the good word, to make other people more aware and happier and healthier, and spread love and peace. Thank you. Peace with you. Lots of love. Bye.